Hello, I'm Dominic. Thank you all for coming here today. So, humans are amazing. We create, innovate, and explore. We're also destructive. Through our economic gain, lavish lifestyles, and continual construction to satisfy the masses, we overlook the effect these selfish gains have on the environment around us. It's ironic how we're afraid of natural creatures that could kill us when we kill them much faster than they can willingly get near. Many people are uneducated about the dangerous impact we have on animals because it is not immediately relevant to our lives. Today, I'm going to talk to you about this issue exactly, and hopefully teach you some things that will motivate you to care for the creatures we neglect. There are between 1.4 to 1.8 billion species scientifically identified, but there could be thousands to millions more. An example for you is, according to World Resources Institute, scientists in the 1960s were studying 19 trees in Panama. They discovered 1,200 beetle species, and of the 1,200 beetle species, 80% of them are new to science. This just goes to show how many different species are still left to discover. With all these species in play, we are losing 0.01% to 0.1% to extinction every year. It may not sound like a lot, but that's actually approximately 90,000 species lose to extinction every year, and 99% of that reason is due to humans. Out of the thousands of species lost to humans, I want to bring up one specific example, the great auk. So according to John James at Audubon Center at Mill Grove, the great auk was a species of penguin and was hunted by Native Americans as their sole food source. But in the 16th century, when Europeans caught one of this specific creature, they hunted them to extinction. They were hunted for their skin, feathers, beaks, and eggs. The hunting was made easier because climate change melted their ice home and exposed them to predators and more hunters. As the species dwindled, the one from them rose. The last two great auks murder was written down July 3rd, 1844. That was the last recorded sighting of a great auk. All the animals on this slide are endangered or either endangered. One particular that you all may notice would be the tiger. So according to tigerpopulation.com, the population declined from 100,000 tigers to less than 3,000 tigers now, which is a 96.1% population decline. In the 1970s, it was recorded there were 40,000 wild tigers, and now in 2010, there was a release of there's less than 3,000. During that time, 3 tiger species went extinct, and only one species only existed in captivity. It was not to be found in the wild. Another example is the African elephant, which is the world's largest land animal. The elephant is being hunted and poached for its ivory. Most of the ivory is being sold to Asian countries because in Asian culture, it is believed that ivory is used for medicinal uses. According to statistics on the World Wildlife Fund website, in the early 20th century, there were around 3 to 5 million wild elephants. Now there are only 415,000. So, poaching, as defined in the dictionary, is the illegal practice of hunting and killing wild animals and selling parts of the animal's body to buyers where the animal can be left, and the animal will be left for dead with only the certain part used. Next definition is trophy hunting. So trophy hunting can be either legal or illegal recreational practice of hunting an animal. So hunters go, they kill an animal, and they'll use a specific part of the animal as a trophy. They mostly use the head. But if done legally, the remains of the animal will be used to donate it to charity or local villages. An example of an illegal use of trophy hunting, though, was the murder of a lion named Cecile. So Cecile was being overlooked by a group of Oxford scientists, and they had Cecile on a GPS just to keep track of him. And when they saw that he wasn't moving for a couple days, they got concerned, so they went to go investigate. He actually got illegally murdered by trophy hunters. They had a legal permit, but Cecile was to be unharmed, and they still killed him. Scientists say it's a freak accident, though, and they happen. Poaching and illegal trophy hunting can have huge negative impacts on the community. According to the World Wildlife Fund, we are losing populations by 50% every day, and every day 100 African elephants are being killed by illegal practices. Now, despite the illegal practices still going on, there are still ways to preserve the animals. So, like I stated before, trophy hunting, if done legally, can help generate an immense amount of funds for conservation to help the populations flourish, feed nearby villages, and to keep the conservations open so this can continue. National Geographic recorded in 2015 in Namibia, Africa, that the nearby village's sole income was the revenue for trophy hunting, which approximated to over $5 million. Some people still may be against trophy hunting, wanted to simulate a band in NATO Africa. So the conservation in NATO simulated the band, and at the end of the simulation, only 16% of conservations were able to maintain and pay for these bills, which would equate to 50,000 kilometers of total loss which have been unregulated and been open for poachers. An animal species that was saved from extinction was the South African white rhino. The African white rhino was thought to be extinct in the 1900s, but it was soon, thanks to conservation and legal trophy hunting, their population went to $20,000. I mean, 20,000 animals, not dollars. So there are 5 organizations in the U.S. that help locally and internationally. The International Animal Conservation, U.S. Wildlife Services, World Wildlife Foundation, Defenders of Wildlife, International Union of Conservation. All these groups help with local and international animal conservations, and specific ones that are in the U.S. are the ASPCA and PETA. So these organizations help with animals locally, help with neglected animals, and then help fund conservations. So a good way for everyone to get involved if they want to help locally is to go volunteer at their local shelter, or or donate money to international organizations or local organizations. So a list on DoSomething.org listed a couple facts about local animal cruelty. So as you can see on the slide, there are 902,000 new cases of animal hoarding each year, and that is on top of what has been on the past year. There are thousands of greyhound dogs being killed in cruelty because they are used for racing. So, like I said before, other ways of helping is volunteering and donating to your charities. So, by helping, even with small acts that don't take as much of your time, you are being a positive impact on the natural environment that surrounds you. Humans rely on nature much more than we give credit. For example, when eating a cheeseburger, you don't think about all the work that went towards it, you just think about how good the cheeseburger tastes. By helping animals, even if it's not a lot, you're helping the environment and in turn yourself. Thank you guys.